Again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Frankie Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Frankie Rose.
Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. I don't know how many times I've got to do that. So good to see you guys. We're going to be looking at Jen Soto today. We've watched Stephan Stearns, we've watched his parents. So now it's time to take a good look at Jen Soto. So I asked the question earlier, do you think that Jen is involved? Do you think that she just ignored a situation? Do you think that she was possibly involved? Do you think she should face charges? Most of you guys were yes, 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 and yes. I'm not quite sure why charges have not been laid at this point, but they haven't. So buckle up, get your popcorn, get your tea, get your coffee, get whatever it is, and let's do this.
4-11313. Today's date is February 27th, 2024. The time is 23:32 hours. Gonna speak with Jennifer Soto. Hey, Jennifer. I haven't introduced myself. My name's Myra Taglo. Okay, I'm a detective with the Sheriff's Office. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you mind if we talk over there by the car? That's fine.
Where? Inside them?
In the car.
Yeah. Our car?
Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. Does it lock?
No, it should be fine.
Over here,
Are we
please.
going to be able to go back home soon?
I'll explain it in a second. Okay?
Are we going to go back home soon?
I have a question too before we get started. Somebody said something like somebody in here has a gun. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
That's a true statement.
Okay, where is this gun at right now?
It is upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's not like in any of these cars out here.
No, I don't believe so. I think it's upstairs in the guest bedroom. Bedroom number 4. It's got a number 4 on it.
Oh, is that
Okay,
the
how
guest
certain
room?
are
I
we
thought
of
that
that?
was Stephan's room.
As far as I know, the gun is inside upstairs. I haven't heard of it.
So guest room or Stephan's room? Because we've heard this entire time that room number 4 was Stephan's room.
Being in the car.
Okay. Let me just move my purse.
If you want to take
I could be incorrect. I'm not sure.
If you want to start the car and just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Let me make this. I know it's not the most comfortable, but at least you won't be cold over there.
Yeah. Like a cold too breeze.
Yeah, I'm the same way, so I understand. You want to take a seat right over here, and then she's gonna.
I think his brain's always mush.
Start it up.
Do you have your keys on you?
Here, have a little closer. Just like this.
Sorry, this isn't my car. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if he introduced himself, but his name is Luis Acosta. Okay. We both work for Orange County Sheriff's Office. So I understand you spoke with the other guy earlier with Detective Frank Hunt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We have officially taken over the case, okay? So
Are you guys with Kissimmee?
No, we're with Orange County.
Oh.
It's just a different unit.
Oh, okay. What unit are you with?
We're with sex crimes.
Okay.
It's just because of her age and is why we take over. Does that make? I know it's kind of confusing, but like we have like different rules, in Orange County, and depending on like people's age, we sometimes take over investigation when it comes to missing persons.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, when you talked to him earlier, I kind of got like a brief synopsis of what happened. I understand you have a new job.
Yes.
Okay. And if I say anything that's incorrect, please correct me. Okay. You have a new job. And last night you asked them to go sleep upstairs because you wanted to get rest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What time was this? Do you remember? It doesn't have to be like exact time, but like just. Oh, and then yesterday Sunday she had her birthday party, right?
Sunday she had her birthday party.
Okay, what time was that party at?
It started at 3:00.
Okay, from 3 to what time?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I was at work.
Oh, okay, you weren't there.
But I know my sister home around 8:30.
Uh-huh. Was Stephan here at that time?
I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds, and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She'd take showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until, I'm going to say 10:30.
Okay.
And then at 11, I sent them to bed.
Did Stephan make it to the party?
No.
Okay.
At 11, she sent them to bed. What the hell is that? This girl is 13 years old. You don't send her to bed with your boyfriend. Jesus.
And then once you get here, you said you sent her to bed at 11. And the following morning, well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You send them upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many bedrooms are upstairs?
3.
Okay. Where?
In bedroom number 4.
Okay. And what about Stephan?
Bedroom number 4.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room?
Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when also a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all 3 of us, or sometimes Stephan will go upstairs and our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing.
Okay, where were you sleeping?
Downstairs in the king size bed.
Okay, is it just you two here, or you guys have a roommate, right?
We have 2 roommates, and one of the roommates has a son who's here like a little bit more than half the week.
So what rooms do you guys use?
The room downstairs, the master bedroom downstairs, and room number 4.
Room number 4.
Okay. So it wasn't last night. It was the night before. Stephan slept in bedroom number 4 and you slept downstairs.
Yes.
In the master. Okay. What time did you wake up?
I'm going to say around 8 o'clock in the morning, Stephan came into the room and was trying to put the leash on the dog. Somewhere between, I'm going to say somewhere between, he came.
So, yeah, they do. They have room numbers, which blows me away. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. She, for whatever reason, room 4 has been Stephan's room for however long. And I don't know if the other 2 are the roommates, because there are 2 roommates in that house as well. So, yeah. And right, Mexi? Oh, God almighty. It's just enough to make you want to hurl.
To the room somewhere between 8 and 8:15. He came in to put the leash on the dog, and I got up to try to help him because my dog is kind of a nervous dog, and I didn't want him to pee on the bed. So we wrangled him, put him on his leash, and he said, "Go back to sleep." And I said, "Okay." So I laid back and went back to sleep.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who was in the kitchen. As far as I know, I came downstairs to get ready in her. So she's got she's kind of got a bedroom in the living room. If you go into the apartment, you'll see there's like one of those fake walls.
So yeah, instead of giving Maddi a bedroom of her own, she has a partition in her living room where she sleeps. Well, doesn't sleep, but is set up for her room.
Separating half the bedroom. She's got like a desk with a bedroom and a TV and a dresser. But she'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me. And then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
Okay. Did you see her on Monday morning?
Visually see her? No.
Did you hear her?
I heard many people in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it was my roommate or her specifically.
Okay. Is your roommate a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
They're both females.
When was the last time you physically saw?
Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry. Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Sunday when you sent her to bed. Okay. And then when you woke up, you said you woke up briefly because Stephan went in there. Did you go back to sleep?
Yes.
What time did you get up?
Let me see if I actually have my alarm set. No, I don't have the specific day on there. Let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure I woke up around 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I left at 9:30.
I had an appointment.
I had a doctor's appointment at like 10:15. But they took a while. And then by the time they did my blood work and whatever, I think I got home somewhere between 11 and 11:15.
Okay. When you got back, was Stephan here?
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah.
What was he doing?
Just sitting in my room.
What? Just
at my computer desk on his phone.
Okay. What did you guys do?
We chatted for a little bit. I asked him what had happened because he had called me earlier at 10. Let me see.
She sure doesn't sound like a concerned mother. Her tone, she just sounds like she doesn't give a shit.
Pretty sure he called me around 10:18.
What did he call you for?
To let me know that they didn't go to McDonald's as planned. He had asked her multiple times if she wanted to stop at McDonald's because that was the plan the night before. That they were going to wake up early. He was going to take her to McDonald's, do like a special McDonald's breakfast, and then drop her off at school early because she wanted to get there a little early. But on his way to school, she was very sleepy and wanted to sleep in the car. And she said she did not want to do McDonald's. She just wanted to be dropped off.
Okay.
Also to let me know that he left his phone at home because I had called him multiple times and he hadn't picked up. He had left his phone at home by accident. He had went to the vape shop, but they didn't open on time, so he had waited for quite a while in front of the vape shop.
She just might
They
be
didn't open, so
jinxed.
he left and came back, and we hung out a little bit, and then I think he left again to the vape shop to go buy what he needed.
Okay.
I think it might be her text message.
Do you want the name of the vape shop?
Yes.
Um,
If you have it at the top of your mind, I'm sure we're going to talk again soon, and we'll have more.
no, I'm just saying because that might be helpful if you want to see like surveillance or anything.
Okay, so at some point, I understand he gets like a flat tire, and he's not able to go with you to pick school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you get to the school, how do you realize that she wasn't there?
So I went to go. I usually leave around 2:30 to pick her up. She gets out of school at 4. So I wait it takes me about 20-25 minutes to get to the school, and then I wait about an hour for her to get
Who
out.
does that?
I waited the whole time, and then when the bell rang and then it was time for her to come out, she wasn't one of the first kids like she normally is. And I realized I was holding up the line because everyone behind me had children, and they needed to get out because I was the first in line. So after about, I'm going to say, I think it was like 4:10, she didn't come out and I was holding up the line. So I drove away. I said, maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up that day because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working that day. But I had assumed that she thought, she knew that I was going to go get her. So because she never came out, I left and I went. She works less than, I'm going to say it's like a 3-minute drive from the school. It's very close. She works in the Hunters Creek Villages area. I drove that way. And I drove along the path that she would walk, and I didn't see her. And then, office, I asked, "Hey, has she gotten here yet?" They said no, and I said, "Okay, let me wait a little bit." And I parked back again on Hunter's Park Lane, I think, and I waited along that lane to see if I would see her walking, and I didn't see her walking. And it was about 4:30, 4:35. At this point, she should have. So I went back to the office, and then I was like, "Is she here yet?" Oh, she hasn't gotten here. And I said, "Okay, hold on. Let me see." I called her best friend, and I was like, "Hey, are you?" I don't know if I told her I was picking her up from school today or to walk to the office, but I don't see her anywhere. And she goes, "No, she never came to school today. She didn't come to first or second period." And I said, "What do you mean? We dropped her off close to school. She should have walked to school." She goes, "No, she never made it to any of her periods." And I said, "Can you please check with your other friends in your other classes to see if she ever made it?" She got back to me and said no. At this point, I started to panic because I realized something was wrong. I emailed one of her teachers, a few of her teachers actually, and one of them responded to me. He said she didn't make it to his period at all, and he checked all her other classes, and she didn't make it to school at all. That's when I knew something was truly wrong. And I'm not before that email or after that email. But I started panicking and freaking out because she should have been to school. She should have made it.
And then I understand she forgot her phone, right?
Yeah.
Is it common for her to not have her phone?
Yes. She's got ADHD. She's super forgetful. She doesn't even She never realizes that she's in the shower for a whole hour. She loses track of time. She's very.
And then you guys went looking for her, right?
Yes.
Where did you look? Like, did you drive somewhere? Did you walk? Like, where did you go look for her?
Okay. So, after her best friend called me, actually, or I talked to her best friend on the phone, I went back to the school to see, let me check her official attendance. Let me see what's going on. They were already closed. Nobody was at the school. So I searched by backtracking into the school and then coming back out and seeing that there were no kids at the school at all. So then I drove office. Everything was driving. And then I think that response from her teacher at that point. But
did you come back to the apartment at any point yesterday once you realized she was missing?
Stephan was at home waiting for us to get back. And then when I told him something was wrong, she never made it to school. He completely hauled it back to me. And then we all stood there waiting for the cops to show up, and they didn't show up till like 7:30. It took them a while to respond. I think they were looking for other missing kids around the area too. But yeah, no, we did not come back home until we were done with the police. We were done with everything. There was nothing else for us to do except come back
Where
home.
was her phone when all of this was happening?
With me.
How did you get the phone if you never came back here?
I took it with me to go pick her up from school. I was going to give it to her when she got in the car and be like, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let her play on it. I'll do that sometimes when she forgets that. I bring the phone with me and I just give it to her afterwards. But I had brought it with me to go pick her up from school.
Okay. And you works where?
I'll get you the address exactly. Yeah.
And then did you at any point check her phone out while you had it?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Actually, I started looking, but I could not concentrate on reading anything. I was too panicked and too worried. I handed the phone to my sister. She's the one, and my niece. They both started going through her texts. I saw her texts. Nothing seemed weird. No weird random people. Everyone is someone I was familiar with or had heard about. They checked her Roblox. They checked her Discord. I checked her Discord as well.
Discord.
There was nothing weird. One of the police officers taught me to look at deleted text messages. We looked at those as well. They were random text messages deleted. They weren't anything.
Do you remember where you were when you were looking at her phone?
Yes.
Which is where?
Let me see. Is it okay if I call her?
Yes.
I'll get the exact address.
And then while she answers, were you guys, when you guys were looking for her, did you guys keep looking for her in the Hunters Creek area or somewhere else?
Hunters Creek area.
Okay. Did you guys come back here at any point?
No.
What time did you guys come back home?
Hold on a second.
This woman must have the worst memory possible. A day that your child goes missing and you're forgetting all of this stuff, even if your head is a little bit or a lot distracted by what's going on, for the most part, doesn't this stuff stand out? Is she that naive? Is she that, dumb? I don't understand her lack of giving a crap about what has happened here. These are ex-crime cops. And all she did was say, oh, okay. It's just like, what?
What time did we come back? That was a very good question.
Yeah, she does. She does seem to be on meds. I can agree with that. I think so. Yeah.
I was gonna say it was like somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock p.m.
Did you guys go back out after that?
Stephan went back out.
Yes.
And this was last night, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where was after?
So this time period is where we're thinking that maybe Stephan took her vehicle and went back out to the scene, because they do have her vehicle going out there. I'm just a little bit confused as to the exact timing, but he somehow, in my opinion, it was him, took her car out there to see what was going on.
This.
Just unreal.
Okay. Did you leave the house at any point with her phone after this?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
Hold on. No, I think it's been home all day today too.
It's been home all day today?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What time did the police take her phone?
Oh, just kidding. Yeah, they took it. I don't have it anymore. What time did he take the phone?
I agree, Keza. I agree.
I've made so many phone calls today and seen so many people today that I
was it
don't
light
know.
out or dark out?
It was light out.
It was still
Detective
light.
Hunt still yeah, it was during the daytime.
And then but other than that, her phone was here all day.
In the morning, yes.
Did you guys take the phone anywhere other than when Detective Hunt took the phone?
I think it's been home all day. I don't think I left the house with him.
Okay. Did Stephan have access to the phone?
Come on. You know the answer.
I'm sorry, I took my medicine, so I feel a little speedy. I think I've had it with me. I think it's been with me.
Okay. Did you go through her phone today?
Yes.
Okay. Where was that at?
Here.
And what were you looking for at that time?
To see if there was anything else. What we couldn't access on Monday night was Roblox. So my niece came over and logged into her Roblox and checked out messages. But then they were also, my sister was also looking for her phone to see if there was anything.
Here at the house?
Yes.
And that was today?
Yes.
Did you check out?
Do you guys have her account information as far as like her iCloud and all that stuff? Or is it just on her phone?
I've had a hard time logging into it before when I was trying to get her a new phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if I can log in to her iCloud. I think it's all on her phone.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because they took the phone and they downloaded it, right? They can see like if somebody tries to access her accounts and stuff like that. So if you guys do have access to anything, if you guys can refrain from like logging back in.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like if she tries to like access her accounts from like somewhere else, that way we can track that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they're asking if you can, just try not logging into any more of her accounts so that when he's going through the phone, it doesn't look like she's trying to log on from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything else that they wanted us to clarify?
Did you find the address to your?
Sorry, let me call her again.
Or what's the name of it?
Oh, if I could remember her business name, I don't know.
What kind of business?
It's an insurance business. I think Advanced Insurance something group.
And then I know that you've been with us for the most part of the day, right?
Yes.
We have, I want to say maybe like 40 people out here, okay? Between us and Kissimmee. And we're all, going to be working basically overnight and throughout the day tomorrow until we, okay? Tonight, what we're going to do is, I know we already secured your house, right? We asked everybody to leave. So another thing that I'm going to ask is if you guys can find somewhere else to stay for the night, because we're going to have Kissimmee out here at your apartment for the rest of the night, because the people that come and like take pictures and all that other stuff are not going to respond until the morning. Okay, so nobody can go into the house for the rest of the night until the house gets, we need to take pictures and do other stuff with the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, because you guys have such a big apartment, it's not something that only one person does. Like, we don't do that, right? We have our forensics unit come out. And it's not something that one person can do by herself. So she has to wait until people come in, because there's like, they're on call after midnight, right? So she has to wait for the other people to come in the morning, and then they're all going to come in as a unit and try to get it done as quick as possible.
Okay. I need to go back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I have medication that I have to take in order to be like normal. Is there a possibility that I can go back in there and get my meds?
Yes. Give me a few minutes, and then we'll try to figure out how we can get your medication. Okay, but that's something that we can definitely get. Okay. Does it make sense what I'm telling you?
Yes. Yes. I just don't know what we're gonna do about finding a place to go. But okay.
And then, because lost in Stephan's car, we're also going to tow his car.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything that I'm telling you? Okay. So from now on, it'll probably be me getting in touch with you. Okay, not Detective Hunt. Okay. Do you understand everything that we discussed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get your direct number?
Yes.
Job address, if I remember it correctly, is 13550 Village Park Lane, Suite 125. In Orlando, Florida.
That's in Hunters Creek. Hunters Creek, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Village Park Drive, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 13550.
Yes.
Is that like an apartment complex?
It's a business building? I don't know. It's a building with a lot of business and offices inside.
And when did you say you were there?
I got there around 4. Well, see, I left and came back. So 4:45. I got there, and I think I stayed until they had left.
Were you there today?
No.
Is there phone would be anywhere near that area today?
No, I don't think so. It's been with me. Oh, Detective Hunt went back to that office. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't care how old she is. I mean, that guy would be mincemeat after seeing photos of him, recognizing his junk. Oh my God. Yeah, way too calm. And look at how she just, oh, you poor baby. She's coddling him. It's her child. Good God.
He had her phone.
Okay. He had her phone at that time.
Yeah.
Why did he go back to that office?
Because my uncle had walked the path along the trail, and he had found a wallet with not 90, but like credit cards and something that had somebody's state on it. So he went to pick it up to see if it was of any interest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my business card. I'm still here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna talk to Stephan one more time. There was like a few things that we needed to clarify with him, and then we're gonna, like, me physically, after I get done talking to Stephan, I'm gonna try to go get rest, right? Because we're gonna continue to do all this.
Yeah.
There's other detectives that are coming from my unit. Okay. So like there's always gonna be somebody here.
Okay.
So just because I physically am not here, don't think that we're not physically working on this. We have a lot of people in our unit, right? So we're taking like shifts. And then the people we have violent crimes out here as well. And they're here till 4 a.m. So I don't want you to think that like, just because I'm leaving that we're not still actively working on this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they are here till 4 a.m. And then the day shift people that also work violent crimes come in around that same time. So they're going to take over. So like we have like people working till a certain time and then other people coming and taking over. Okay. So like I said, just because I physically am not here doesn't mean that we're not still working on something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to me.
Real quick, I don't remember if Detective Tackler asked, but yesterday when you guys were out looking, do you remember what time you were out looking till?
So yesterday, I stayed in the office. My family went out searching.
Which office?
1355. Yeah.
You stayed until what time?
I'm gonna say somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. I left and then I came home.
You came straight here.
Yeah.
And then who was out? Your family was out looking?
Yeah, but I think they all stopped when. Actually, I'm not sure. One of my uncles might have kept searching along the trail, but I'm not sure until what time he was out. My dad as well.
What about Stephan?
Stephan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could figure out where she might be.
What car was he driving?
My car.
Was anybody driving Stephan's car?
No, just Stephan.
And what time was he out?
I have no idea. I fell asleep, but I know he drove my car because when I got into it, I said, "Oh, the seat's adjusted."
You know what? There would be no sleeping with my kid missing. I tell you what, I'd be wide awake doing everything I could to find her.
Did you drive my car? He goes, "Yeah, remember I said I was going to take a drive tonight to go search for her because he does have like insomnia. He can't sleep at night sometimes, and especially like that's what's going on right now."
He also didn't tell her that he took that vehicle and went to his parents' house.
But I'm not sure what time he may have come in or out. But if you guys look at my gate clicker, you need that to come in the front gate. You can see what times he may have come in and out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly believe she knows a lot more than what she is saying. A lot more. So the next clip I'm going to play is very brief. It's a little over a minute.
All right. Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, 11:16 hours for OCSO case 24-011313. Can you state your full name?
Jennifer Lucette Soda.
All right, Jennifer. So I'm here to talk to you today. We're going to talk about, and you're familiar with kind of why we're talking right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me when is the last time you were with someone?
saw her, I'm going to say Sunday night.
Okay.
I heard her Monday getting ready for school.
So you last saw her Sunday night about what time?
I say 11 p.m. before she went to bed.
And you were here at home. Gotcha. And where did she go to bed? Was she in her room, your room, or something else?
She actually slept upstairs with. We have a guest bedroom. We were all going to sleep together in the same bed, but I needed some good sleep, and
I needed some good sleep. Jesus, woman.
I got a new job recently. I haven't been more rested. I needed some sleep, so I asked, "Hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs?" I knew he was going to get her ready, and
So I asked them to go to the guest bedroom upstairs. Well, again, that guest bedroom, if I remember correctly, is Stephan's bedroom. So she sent her daughter up to go sleep with Stephan. Okay, again, this one's a little over 8 minutes.
Are you guys talking to Stephan out here?
Yeah, they're right out there. They just wanted to ask him a couple things, but I figured I'd just ask you this at the same time for the sake of time.
It's disgusting,
Do you
James.
recognize this vehicle at all? I wanted to see if I could. So I know it's pretty grainy. It's this one right here. That one's tough, but does that look familiar at all?
No.
You don't know that anywhere?
I don't know that part.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is.
So we're going to have to hear a little bit more, but this might be, let's see. In this audio file, a detective shows Jennifer Soto a bad quality photo on his phone of someone in black shorts and a green jacket. Jennifer says the quality is bad, but she thinks it could have been something Maddi would wear.
It's hard to show you on my phone because the quality of the video just kind of gets worse when I've downloaded it from the church's computer, and the quality just gets kind of worse. Can you make out like the shape of that being black shorts and that being possibly a green jacket?
I see the green.
Would that? I mean, I know it's very difficult to recognize, but would that be something? Some clothes that she owns, or
Yes.
would the quality be too bad for you to be able to tell based on that?
I mean, the quality's terrible.
Yeah.
The color scheme.
Would that be akin to something that she owns?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the hair looks a little dark in the from here.
Dirty blonde. It could pass for dirty blonde.
That could possibly be her. Okay. Is that? I can't tell just from looking at it, but is that possible? Is that Stephan's car? It looks a little darker from there, but.
So do you guys think she is intentionally misleading the cops here? Do you think that she's trying to send them left when they should be going right?
I almost can't tell like if it's a Toyota or looks a little different.
From the front looks different. That looks like a Toyota from the front.
From the front it looks different, right?
And then from the side, it could be.
It's got a little. I mean, yeah, the grill
doesn't seem like it.
A little bit. The headlights look the same. Okay, cool. No, I just wanted to see if you kind of were able to help me with that. So this whole living in the woods thing, I have people like tromping through the woods right now on horses and ATVs and all sort of things.
Wow.
Has she ever mentioned that before?
Just in that text that I saw.
Just that's the only time you've ever heard of it? Is she outdoorsy at all? Does she like camping?
We used to go hiking.
Okay.
But we haven't done that in a while.
Okay. Where did you go? Was it around here?
Where would we go? We go hiking in like St. Cloud. Like Lizzie Preserve is what it's called.
Oh yeah, well, that's not too far.
It's about 35 minutes away.
Yeah. Okay.
On 182. Like Lizzie Preserve. We've also walked Shingle Creek before, but we haven't done that in a very long while.
Got it.
But no, I know the thing is, I started talking to her about World War III. I was talking about like, hey, this is going on in Palestine and Israel right now.
Oh, she was talking to her about the wars.
I was telling her, I was talking to her about just what's happening politically, and I'm like, I don't know what that means for us, but we'll see what happens. But I've talked to her about World War III, so that's what I'm just saying.
How long ago was that? I mean, is that something that might have impacted her?
Yeah,
thinking
I feel
now?
like
Okay.
that's why when I read that conversation, I'm like, oh, that's directly related to me talking to her about what's happening in Israel, Palestine, and the potential World War III that might happen from that.
Okay.
And that's why she said she wanted to go live in the woods.
Okay. Got it. All right. No, just wanted
Do
to
you guys
figure out
believe
where
that
that might have come
story?
from. Maybe help me see if she just wanted to be in the outdoors.
Definitely, the World War III conversation, that's definitely me.
Okay.
That was me.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. So one thing that I think I may have misheard you say earlier, but I want to make sure that I have it absolutely clear, is on Sunday night, y'all went to bed around 11, and the reason that you sent her upstairs with Stephan was because you had work in the morning, was it? Or you just started a new job?
I just started a new job, and I haven't been sleeping well.
Oh.
I take psychiatric meds every night for my bipolar disorder, and if I don't take them the right way, eat, and go to sleep on time,
They don't work.
They don't work. Gotcha. So I was just like, hey, I really need these meds because I forgot them the night before. I forgot them, I think, Saturday night. So Sunday I was not myself. So I asked, I'm like, hey, I need to be medicated. I need to sleep. Can you take care of the morning duties so I can go and sleep?
Gotcha. All right. No, I just wanted to make sure I understood you right, because I was like, did you have work in the morning? Or I didn't write that down, and I wanted to make sure I heard you okay. Are there any cameras in the neighborhood? Did you know? Does anyone have any ring cameras? Do you have any security cameras out front?
I'm gonna say there are cameras in the front. There are cameras in the back gate as well.
Okay.
I know one neighbor around here has a ring camera, but I didn't watch anything like that.
Okay.
Hey, Tay, how are you?
And if you don't mind, just try to keep people out of because I have a canine that's coming. If you don't mind, they're going to try to run another track from the church and from here to see if we can maybe try it again. You know, last night it didn't work out because the dog lost interest and they weren't able to continue. But I figured, it's worth another try. The dogs are pretty good, so just try to keep them out of her room. We're probably going to use does she have dirty laundry or like a
dirt? Her most recent dirty laundry is on my bathroom floor, and we've walked around it. We haven't touched it.
Okay, just keep people off of it.
Yeah.
Just let and as much as you can, try to avoid crowding the front door for the dog.
Yeah.
So that they know where to go from. Okay.
Just let me know when they're coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. They're gonna call me when they're on the way. But just as much as you can, try to keep the scent pretty fresh. There you go. Cool. All right. And another thing I just wanted to confirm, because I know the last night was a long night, but you said you said when you woke up around 9, you left your house at 9:30 for your doctor's appointment, and Stephan hadn't come home yet, and then he called you at 10. You were
like 10:15, yeah.
10:15-ish to have the conversation.
He was busy trying to hide your daughter's body, you sick woman. Guys, Jesus Lord.
I think he had accidentally left his phone at home.
Yeah.
So he was just letting me know because I had called him multiple times. So he was just returning my call going, I'm so sorry, I left the phone at home. I went to the vape store. I waited there for a little bit. Nothing. Nobody was there. He came back home for a little bit and then went back out to the vape store.
And then what time did you get home again? Was it around 11?
I'm going to say around 11:15.
Because I think if I heard you right the first time, you got home at 11 and you and Stephan were both here, and then he left to go to the vape store again.
I did see him. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I had that. Because, like I said, sometimes you forget to write things down, and I don't want to misremember. But okay, that's all I have for you right now. We're still looking. I mean, that's unfortunately the best update I can give you. Is we're all out and we're everywhere, asking people and looking. And I know your family's also doing the same. So if you get anything new like that thing you sent me just a little bit ago that I can look into, just keep on sending them to me. Okay.
Yeah. Were any of those helpful about the vehicles?
There's something for me to look into, to look for license plate readers and stuff. As of right now, I haven't been able to find anything else or confirm it, but I mean, it's still helpful for me to, in case something else comes across in the future. So, if you receive anything else, let me know. But I mean, do know that obviously, just like that kid pranked you earlier, because it's so public. you're going to have kids doing that. So don't be too scared by it if someone does that again. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Well, she's not learning how to be honest by this point. It's really disturbing to hear her making what, in my opinion, are excuses for Stephan. You know, like we were talking earlier, the fact that she phoned his parents after seeing the CSAM on his phone, she took the time to phone his parents and say, there's pictures on his phone. I think he needs a lawyer. That is so not how I would react. Okay, so this one here is a new interview. Let's see here. Jennifer spends time talking about her arrangements and her relationship with her boyfriend, Stephan Stearns. She talks about him getting a job with his dad, but the job fell through. And she said that's why he moved away from her home. Well, yeah, his dad was paying all of his bills on the regular. Good Lord. So let's get into this one.
Sorry. Okay, so you needed some good sleep. So was it about 11 o'clock?
Yeah. I sent them upstairs.
I sent them upstairs. Hey, Shauna.
Okay. And that was about 11?
Yeah.
And do you guys normally all sleep together? Because I know you said that she sleeps in your room with you typically, right?
She sleeps with me typically. Typically when he comes into town, because he lives with his parents in Northport, Florida. Mm-hmm. When he comes to town, he'll sleep in the guest bedroom.
Okay. And Stephan is the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah,
Stephan. How often does he stay here?
Oh.
Be honest.
He moved away back in December, so I'm going to say he's visited at least 2 to 3 times since then.
Okay. Why did he move away?
He was offered his dad had offered him a job, but it fell through.
Oh.
So now we're trying to get him back here.
And he just visits?
Yeah.
When he visits, does he stay for like hours, days, weeks?
I would say days. This time we had planned on him staying a whole week because I was going through training at work. Mm-hmm. So I wanted him to be here to help me with the dog, help me with the training.
Okay, so this time he was planning to stay for a week. How long has he been here? Or when did he arrive, rather, this time?
I can't remember if he arrived Saturday or Sunday morning.
Okay. He was there after the birthday party. After. Some are saying he did not want to see her sister.
Around 11. And so about what time did you hear her on Monday morning?
Sorry, guys.
I heard everyone getting ready around, let's say 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And was it just Steph? Who else lives here?
I have roommates.
Okay.
I have Angelica Negro. There's one roommate, and then Natalie Rosero.
Okay. And you just heard all of them, or did you hear anyone specific?
No, I just heard, if anything, Stephan came and woke me up accidentally because he was trying to let the dog out. Mm-hmm. And the dog gets really nervous sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to help him with that, get him on his leash. But he got him situated and took him for a walk.
Okay. Did you hear around 7 or 8?
I heard noises in the kitchen, but I'm not sure,
Not sure who it was
who
exactly.
it was exactly. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it could have been any of the roommates.
But you didn't see her leave Monday morning. Were you still in bed or still in your room?
I was still asleep, yeah.
Gotcha. What time does she normally leave for school?
We usually leave around 8:50 at the latest.
Okay. What time does she have to be to school by?
9:28 is when school starts.
Gotcha. And so I think you had said the previous night, you and Stephan had agreed that he was going to get and take her in the morning? Okay.
And they were going to stop at McDonald's and get breakfast, but she changed her mind last minute and
Yeah.
did not want McDonald's.
Okay. When'd you find that out?
When did I find that out? When Stephan called me around 10:18 in the morning, I had stepped out to go get blood work done, and he had just let me know that he just got back home from running a few errands, and that I asked, did you guys ever just stop at McDonald's? And he said, no, she changed her mind. He tried convincing her a few times, but she did not want McDonald's anymore.
What time did you leave the house yesterday in the morning? Or what time did you step out, rather?
I'm going to say around 9:30.
I'm not so sure
Had
she
Stephan
does.
returned at all?
No.
So you were there from, just so I have my times kind of right, so you woke up around 7 or 8. You saw Stephan, because you helped him with the dog, because he was letting the dog out, right?
Yeah.
And then did you go back to sleep, or were you just kind of in the room?
I laid back down and went back to sleep.
Okay. And then, do you remember what time you woke up after that?
I believe I set my alarm for 9 a.m.
Gotcha. So it would have been around 9 a.m. that you woke up. And in that time, you didn't see Stephan return at all? Okay. You left around 9:30, and then Stephan called you around 10 to say he got home?
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Okay. Did he say anything else aside from she didn't want to go to McDonald's?
About her, no. About his morning, yes. He had tried going to the vape shop when it opened right after he dropped her off from school.
Yeah.
But they never opened on time, so he came back, hung out a little bit. He came home around 10 and then went back out eventually to the vape store to go get some vape stuff.
So he left after 10. What time did you get back home for the day?
Let me check something. I want to check what time my blood work appointment is at. I'll give you more of an accurate time.
Yeah.
I do not understand how she could not know what was going
Okay, so
on.
my appointment was at
I don't believe it.
10:15 and it took them 45 minutes to see me. So I didn't get home until 11:15, 11:30.
And was Stephan back at that point in time?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I can't remember.
And then what did the day look like after that?
I don't believe a word she's saying, you guys.
So I did my blood work, then I came back, and then I just waited. I waited for the rest of the day until
Hey,
2:30
Susan.
to leave. Well, I wait in the car line, so I'm first in line to pick her up.
Yeah, that car line can be vicious. So you left approximately
2:30.
And pickups around 4, right? Now, when you got there at 4, then what happened?
I waited in the car line for about 10 minutes, and she never came out. So I thought maybe I missed her. I couldn't remember if I told her I was picking her up from school that day or if she had to walk to the office. So I went to the office to see if she made it. She never did. I drove around a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little
Drove
bit.
around a little bit. Looking for her. I went back to the school. The school was closed at this point. I wanted to speak to somebody at the office to see if anybody could tell me if she had been there. I think at this point I had called, before I went to the school, I actually called her best friend and I said, with you, I can't find her. She didn't walk to the office and she wasn't at school when I went to pick her up. She said she never made it. She's it's a first or second period. And I'm like, what do you mean? I dropped her off. We dropped her off close to school. And she said she didn't make it to first or second period. I said, please check with the rest of your friends. She did. She got back to me, said none of them saw her today. I emailed one of her teachers. Her teacher texted me her attendance for the whole day and told me she wasn't in school at all. That's when I knew something was wrong, and I freaked out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think you did.
Is it typical to walk to after school?
If I'm working, yes.
And where I mean, in relation to the school?
Absolutely.
Like, is it a close walk, long walk?
It's a very close walk.
Things were plugged in room 4. It's like, how, what?
So typically in the morning, if, or I guess before Stephan moved, did he live with y'all?
What's going on here? They got things awfully quiet. They're muting us out. They're redacting. They have redacted. Come on.
So it's typical of him to be able to get her ready in the mornings and drop her to school. Do you all tend to split that responsibility, or what does that look like?
Typically, I do it.
Okay.
This morning, because of my work schedule, because I've been so exhausted, I asked him to take over and do it, and he said he would.
Okay. Has he done it before, though? Like, is he familiar with how to drop her off? And
I'm gonna say he's done it once or twice before. I'm not too sure.
Okay. In the time since he's been back, well, not this time because he's only come back over the weekend, but in the other times, he's done it maybe once or twice.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Is there any reason that he drops her off, or he dropped her off a block away instead of dropping her off to the school?
Because she asked. Because she is embarrassed of his car.
His dad's car.
When did she express that?
Multiple times when we've been like, okay, I think Stephan might take you to school or he might pick you up. She goes, can he pick me up far away? Can he leave me here? Like, I don't want to be seen. I'm just like,
what car is he driving? I'm curious.
it's that Buick.
Oh, okay.
But to her, that's an old hoopty car.
Fancy taste. I get it. Can you remember anything about Sunday or Saturday or this weekend where she may have said that she was wanting to hang out with friends, or something she was wanting to do, or anything?
On Sunday, she actually had a party,
Uh,
and she had some friends come over.
Mhm.
So she hasn't expressed that she wanted. She actually got to spend time with friends and family. She had a great Sunday.
Okay.
She came back with a lot of presents. She was super happy.
Okay. So no arguments at home recently or anything?
No, nothing like that.
Has she ever, in the totality of, I guess, everything, as long as she's been, ever gone off to spend time by herself, or gone to hang out at a park by herself, or something to kind of clear her own head?
So there's a lake right behind this building.
Mm-hmm.
She'll sometimes sit at the dock by the lake, but I check on her often.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, if she, I don't know if something at school upset her, something here upset her. Not that it would be anyone's fault, but if there's somewhere that she may go for, like, peace of mind.
Yeah, it would be the lake right behind the house.
Does she do any extracurriculars?
No.
Got it. Now your roommates, I know you told me their names earlier, but can you give them to me again? I didn't write them down.
Sure. Angelica. And then Nigro, Nigro.
Uh-huh.
And then
Mhm.
Nathalie, which is Nathalie.
Mhm.
Rosero.
Rosero. Okay. Do you have their phone numbers by chance? If they're not here. Are you okay? Do you have to use the bathroom?
No, I'm just anxious.
Okay.
I've got anxiety. Let me see. Where is... Okay, Angelica, she primarily speaks Spanish, so you probably need a Spanish speaker.
Okay. And then Nathalie. Got it. All right. When's the last time you got in any kind of trouble at home?
I'm gonna say a few weeks ago.
What was that for?
I don't think if she gets a yelling or if she gets in trouble for anything, it's for her disorganization and messiness. So she leaves laundry on the floor.
Okay.
Her room's a mess. She keeps her space very disorganized. So I kind of get on top of her. Do I remember the actual argument? No. When I went through her text messages back on February 2nd or 3rd, she had expressed to a friend that, I was crazy. I was acting, being nuts.
Almost old stuff to say.
Yeah, apparently I don't remember this in this conversation. I remember saying this once, but not in February. But she had said, if she continues to behave this way or not listen, when she turns 18, I'm not going to want to live with her.
Okay.
Or also, I would ship her off to her dad's.
Oh.
But I never.
Where's your dad live?
Houston, Texas.
Okay. Has she ever expressed wanting to go back and live with them?
No.
How often does she see him or talk to him at all?
Talks to him once in a while.
Via phone or probably?
Yeah, via phone, yeah.
Okay.
Text message or Instagram, they'll message each other. But I talked to him last night and she's like, just so you're aware, she hasn't said anything about making plans to come over here or see me or come visit me, so he doesn't have any information on where she might be.
Okay.
He's actually willing to come over here too if we need him to.
Okay. But she's never made any plans, I guess, to go see him.
No.
What's her dad's name? Do you know his phone number?
So I think it's this one. It's
And he lives in Texas.
in Houston, yeah.
How long has he lived? Or how long?
He's lived. He was in the military. Way, either it's Kansas or
Oh, so he's never had any like custody or
No.
anything of her?
nothing.
Okay. And has she ever formed a relationship with him where they bonded and talked or anything that like she? I guess I would try to rule out the possibility that she would be trying to go to Texas and see him or meet up with him or.
They're as close as they can be with how limited contact he does have with her. He texts her once in a blue, right? Not as consistent as I would like him to, but
Okay.
I don't think she's making her move to go.
Yeah.
She's left her debit card here. All of her money's here. Her cell phone's here.
Is it typical of her to leave her cell phone? Does she normally have it?
She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful. This happens often.
Oh, so she frequently forgets her things.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as her mental diagnosis, she's diagnosed with ADHD. How long has she had ADHD?
Since she was like 5, 6. They also diagnosed her at the same time with autism. So she's had an autism diagnosis for a few years now. I've reassessed her recently. They told me she had some autistic traits, but they weren't sure if she was autistic.
So I mean, do you ever notice her mental capacity impacting her ability to, I guess, be around other kids or function normally?
I would say sometimes, because she acts. I'm not sure. Sometimes she'll make some decisions that I'm just like, where did that come from? Like,
I mean, is that like, would that be a result of a mental disability, or would that be like a result of her being? I mean, does she? I guess like basic questions I always kind of ask her: can she feed herself without assistance? Does she shower and bathe without assistance? I mean, she has a phone, so she can text and talk to people. She has friends at school. Gotcha. And has she ever complained about school?
Not complained exactly. I know it's tough on her. She's given a lot of work. She's always behind on work.
Okay. Got it. And I think the deputies already last night kind of went through her social media a little bit, but if you're okay with it, I'd actually like to take her phone so that I can see if I can get anything else from it. Typically me being able to go through it and go through text and social media will help me sort of establish a pattern of where people go and whatnot. If that's something you'd let me do.
Sure. Will you take her phone away forever, or just for right now?
Just for as long as I need it to actually go through it. So I'll give it back to you as soon as I'm done. As soon as we find her, I'll give it back to her, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, that's just about all the questions I have at the moment. You know her better than I do. I guess my last thing would be like, what do you think based off of everything that we've talked about and everything that you've learned so far? Is anything sticking out to you?
Based off of everything, me knowing her and knowing how she is, and how tight-knit we are, like, I don't think she would run away.
Mhm.
I feel like she was taken. like on that short walk from where she was dropped off to the school. It was early in the morning. I'm not sure how many cars were around. I think she was dropped off somewhere between 8:30 and 8:45 in the morning, which is earlier than we normally take her.
Why was that, I wonder?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I want to say, from what I understood, Orange County got footage of someone by the church in a description of what she was wearing early that morning, just hanging out in the parking lot, and then she got up and left.
So the odd thing is about this, what she's talking about right now, is Stephan, his parents tried to say that Jen was dressed up as Maddi to try and throw everyone off the trail. Now, I'm not saying that it's the truth. I'm just saying it's one of the scenarios that's been thrown out.
Yeah, so the video, they wrote it here, but there was a video of essentially what looks like her at around 8:45, just about that time, walking into that church parking lot that's right near where she got dropped off by Stephan. And it looks like she sits there for about 15 minutes or so and then walks away. So
I'm wondering if it's typical for her to wait at that parking lot too for my stepdad to pick her up from school. So it's not abnormal for her to hang out there.
In that parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why she might have chosen yesterday morning to wait there? I mean, obviously, your stepdad's not picking her up in the morning. But
I wonder if she knew, like, if she had an idea she was super early, so she was just trying to kill time a little bit. But I don't know why she.
There it is, kill time again.
Yeah.
She should have.
Okay.
I know when Stephan dropped her off, he said that he saw her rummaging through her phone as he drove away, like deeply looking into her backpack. Her backpack. Yeah. I'm assuming she was looking for her phone and realized she didn't have it with her at that time.
Got it.
But
okay. Does she have any kind of boyfriend or significant other at school that she's ever talked about or expressed?
No boyfriend. She did recently tell Stephan that she had a crush on a boy.
Oh, okay.
And we saw messages between them, and nothing seemed weird. But you can look through that as well. His name is
I assume another middle school boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. Well, that is all the questions I have for you right now.
Details about Madeline Soto. West 2's Bob Hazen has been going through the disturbing new evidence all morning and learned that investigators say Maddi's mother defended the man accused of killing her daughter.
In these documents, detectives say she didn't just defend Stephan Stearns, she also suggested the sexual abuse was, quote, not evil.
So she never made it.
That is Madeline's mom, Jennifer, talking with deputies, her boyfriend, Stephan Stearns, by her side. 13-year-old Maddi was missing, but investigators believe Stearns had actually murdered her after sexually abusing Maddi for years and recording it on his phone. New evidence released by the state attorney's office includes these pictures of a room in their home, room number 4, with a chain lock on the door. The night before Maddi vanished, Jennifer Soto told investigators she sent her daughter to that room to go to bed alone with Stearns.
I needed some sleep, so I asked, hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs?
Jesus.
She never saw Maddi alive again, and during the search, she said nothing had seemed strange, but did offer this bit of information.
She did recently tell Stephan that she had a crush on a boy.
The evidence also includes details of Soto's interview with detectives after Stearns was arrested and on the day that Maddi's body was found. It says she defended Stearns, and while she denied knowing about ongoing sexual abuse, she, quote, even at one point referred to the sex stuff as not evil, but the murder of Madeline as evil. The detective says it appeared Soto had accepted that the victimization was happening. We also hear Stearns himself trying to explain why his phone's memory was wiped out before handing it over to investigators.
I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to.
There is nothing true. Just like Stephan's dad said in earlier streams when we were working on the parents, he said, if Stephan opens his mouth, he's lying. Plain and simple. If his mouth is open, he's lying.
To factory reset my phone.
And they talked to Stearns' father, Chris, who said his son had a history of lying to them and his story didn't add up.
Before I left the house the other night, I turned to my wife and I said, do we really know Stephan? Can we honestly say we really know?
Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
Wow.
All right, while Jennifer Soto has been investigated, she has not been arrested or charged with any crime, and police have not identified her as a suspect.
And that's the thing. They have not identified her as a suspect. But is there not a bunch of other charges that should be coming out of this? I mean, child endangerment. Oh. Autopsy will tell if she was, I don't know, how would you put that, still intact? And she wasn't. Yeah, the mom slept on the main floor. And when she wanted a night to herself for whatever reason, she would send her daughter upstairs to bedroom 4 with her disgusting boyfriend, who is now accused of touching her since she was 8 years old. Started when she was about 8 and continued the whole time through, is what we're hearing. Well, it could be that as well. I don't know. Like, is she constantly blasted? She could be, I don't know what all she was on. But they're saying that she was a manic depressant. Is that what they still call it? And that she was on meds for that. Now, they're also saying that they think that Madeline also was manic depressant. So God only knows what meds they had her on. In an earlier, when we were doing Stephan's stuff earlier, I think that was yesterday, he said, I was out of it. I was taking Ativan. So obviously stuff like that, which is pretty mind numbing. If he was taking it, the mother was taking it, and they were feeding it allegedly to Maddi, or he was. Wow. I don't exactly know how it went with those scripts, but I don't know. He somehow said he had no meds of his own, but was still taking this Ativan. So I don't know if it was a Sharesies type thing or what. Yeah. I'm thinking it's those meds she takes. She said she had to take meds for her bipolar, and she had to take them as soon as she laid down. If she didn't, I suppose she would not sleep as well. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine hearing this news, let alone being as calm as she is. Yeah, that's right. That is. It's the first thing she mentioned. And I do believe that there might be a part where Stephan also says something about not being able to sleep. But yeah, she said, I need my meds. I need my meds. I don't know. There would not be enough meds out there for me to blast myself so I didn't know what was going on with my young daughter and my boyfriend. And I would imagine they don't really talk about alcohol, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't any. He talks about his vape and things like that, but I don't know if he's talking about tobacco or THC, but I'm leaning towards THC. Yeah, he knew what the meds could do and can help him. Yeah, that's my belief as well. You know, knock little Maddi out and do whatever the hell he wanted. He's just a disgusting, disgusting individual. Jazzy says, hello. All my little tweeters, my little crime fighters behind me. So, yeah, this, there's dribs and drabs coming out about what went on in that house. We're getting little bits of information here and there. So every time I get a little bit, I will be sharing it with you. There's not going to be an explanation as to how something like this could happen. I think it's a matter of things going sideways for little Maddi in a bunch of different directions. Her mother not paying enough attention, the boyfriend being a pig, just so many different things. She says that Maddi talking about wanting to go live in the woods was due to something that they were talking about. Well, I doubt that very, very much. I honestly believe that this had something to do with turning 13 and wanting to get away from that predator. Personal belief, right? So, guys, I think I'll leave it there for now. We've got a full day coming up tomorrow. I am going to try to stream Wade Wilson's sentencing. I have to get on top of that. And whatever else we can figure out with Maddi. We haven't talked about the Delphi case for a little while, so that might be nice. So, yeah, we'll see how the week plays out here, and try and stay on top of all of this stuff. It's sickeningly disturbing what has happened to this little girl. It should never in a million years have happened. It's too bad that she didn't feel safe enough to talk to somebody about what was going on. But obviously she didn't, and that's a heartache because literally without pointing out that predator, it ultimately resulted in her passing. So, guys, it's always, see something, say something. This goes on, sadly, more than we even want to acknowledge. But seriously, if you see something, say something, you might save a life, This stuff, it's sickening. And the fact that these guys use the mother to get to the kids is beyond my comprehension. It wouldn't turn out well for Stephan if that had happened to my kid. Stephan would not have been faring so well. I would have had a strong reaction. It wouldn't have been, oh, well, I just sent them to bed. It would be, what the F are you doing in my kid's bed? I'm about to do something I might regret. Well, I wouldn't regret, but the cops might not like. We're on the right side of things if we're trying to protect our kids, other people's kids. I mean, they are this world's future. Not only that, they're helpless. They need help when they're in situations like this. These guys will tell them things from harming them, harming family, doing this. They cause a lot of emotional, I don't know if you want to call it confusion, distress, but these predators, they have a way, you know? So like I said, see something, say something. So guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Hey, Dingo, just missing us. Sorry, friend. But hey, there's the replay group. So with that said, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, like, share. Oh, Jazzy. And hit that bell because I do stream randomly. So guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.